Hello, welcome back to another video on underutilized character, and as the title of this video has already given you the hint of the character, let me talk a little bit about my feeling about death in comic books. Often when a character is killed off in comic books, I prefer that character to stay dead. Just like Phoenix, Dark Phoenix and Jean Grey. Her death at the end of the Phoenix Saga add a lot of emotional impact to the entire storyline. And over the years, as an X-Men fan, it always bothered me whenever Chris Claremont toy with Phoenix, with Madeline Pryor, and other storylines. So to me, I prefer her to stay dead and remain dead. But if there was one character that died, in my opinion, too prematurely, it would be, of course, Manhunter. Okay, I can tell you, this is by far my favorite Walter Simonson work. His very first, you're talking about the first debut of Walt in comic books, and he hit a grand slam. Okay, not a home run, a grand slam. To this day, I still believe that this is his best work as far as drawing. It is just beautiful. Walter Simonson changed, evolved over the years, and I love his work today. But there is something magical about what he did in these pages that jump out at me every time I look at them, and I have reread this book so many times. I bought this off the rack in 1984. And Manhunter is such a cool character, long before there was a Jason Bourne, long before Wolverine had his healing factors. Here you have a secret agent, a super spy, a hitman, you name it. He was everything. He has all the skills with his healing factors, his martial arts skills, his man-killing skills. Awesome. I just love the look of him. I did a rating video, first appearance of him, with a few other books, but I'm pretty sure you can guess what my rating is for this character based on what I'm talking about here. But he sacrificed himself at the end of this book. Okay, and to me, this is one character, and if you read the story, I think there's potential to bring him back with a clone. Years later, Walter Simonson actually drew a short story to try to tie up this character, and I didn't think that was the end. For those that are interested in reading this entire storyline, as well as the additional short story that Walter Simonson did in 1999, I think, or 2000, I will put a link below that you can go and read, see the entire story, and read it online instead of having to buy this book. It's cheap. You can go on eBay and pay $3 for this. It's well worth it. But with today, I think it would be great to see this character brought back to the DC universe, because I think this character can fit in movies and TVs and you name it. He's like I said, he's a Jason Bourne / Deathstroke kind of character. He can do very well in the modern day spy action kind of genre. Okay, and I would love to see Walt Simonson come back and write the stories and maybe expand on his existence, because I think his death was premature. Okay, and if there's one short series that I would love to have, is Detective Comics 437 to 443. This entire book was the backstory of those 7 issues until the very last issue. The very last issue, issue 443, was when he shared the limelight with Batman in the main story, and it is just fantastic. You know, I can't say enough about how much I love this book and this character, and I wish Archie Woodwin, the writer, didn't kill him off at the end of the story. And if you are to buy this reprint, you know, back in, you know, years ago, not today, years ago, before digital coloring, whenever they reprint something like this, they had to redo the coloring, and Klaus Janson, okay, Klaus Janson is credited with coloring this book. I have some of the original, okay, but I can say that this is one of the few times where I felt the coloring inside is just gorgeous, gorgeous, okay, and hats off to Klaus Janson. You know, definitely not a person that is known for his coloring, but my goodness, it's just gorgeous inside. So wonderful, wonderful job done by Klaus Janson as far as coloring this book. Anyhow, if you read this story or familiar with this story, let me know what you think about bringing him back, because I think there's room for something like this. There's room for this character in the comic books as well as the big screen or small screen. Anyhow, thanks for watching.